wanted to deep dive into the whole RoboCop lore. You feel me? A lot of people really hold this movie up there, possibly in their top 10, top 5 best sci-fi action movies. It's definitely up there. I can't say where everybody has it, but a lot of people kind of miss a lot of the messages within the movie, within a lot of the different uh, schemes of the movie. It's beyond more than just what exactly happens to Alex Murphy that makes him, you know, RoboCop. RoboCop is a robot, but it's the human things that he has to deal with while not even technically being human and not even technically being, fully alive. So it's interesting how those things all play a role in how his behaviors are and how he responds. So, Alex Murphy, up and coming young cop, he's getting sent to a precinct where there's a tremendous amount of crime in the area. And the thing is, OCP in the actual police department, yo, man, so what OCP truly didn't really take into to play is that the memories that Officer Murphy was able to suppress due to the intense human side, human parts that still remained with him, right? Like the brain, the nervous system. Those do more than just communicate like pain and pleasure and things that you feel. In my opinion, they also play a role in memory. Have you ever heard of the term muscle memory? I think beyond just you remembering things and seeing them visually, I believe other parts of the body play a role in how that all takes place. And I think that the remaining sinew and the remaining tendons and nerve endings that were still within RoboCop were able to help him hold on to a lot of those memories that recently helped, shape him. Especially, what took place with his homicide, right? Suffering from extreme unexpressed pain and trauma, those memories began to spill into the mind of RoboCop. Those past horrific events, like him getting shot up over and over again. It led to showing images of him remembering his family slowly but surely in between different, you know, static and things like that, how you would see it on the TV, but in his mind, it would just be memories spilling and not really being able to connect to those memories at first, which also helped lead to a psychological response, right? And this is because I'm not sure if you remember that scene. RoboCop was back at the precinct, and if you could just imagine how you would put a phone on one of those stand-up chargers, he was sitting in that chair, and I assuming he was in recovery or whatnot, and the memories of his family and the memories of him losing his life just start hitting him while he was, I could assume he was asleep. The parts that were still alive were probably in some sort of, like I said, recovery mode. And those memories of his trauma of old and his family would invade his peace during his sleep. I believe those were nightmares that he was still able to have, that OCP wasn't sure or probably didn't even consider, right? I'm sure OCP never considered the psychological effects of their RoboCop experiments. And a great example was Kane in part 2 of RoboCop. I mean, nobody can forget that. The actual remaining parts of Kane in that RoboCop 2 even adopted and inherited his drug abuse, right? His need for the drug that he was on, addicted to while he was completely alive, completely human. If you can understand how his drug addiction transferred over to him being a RoboCop, it's very similar to how those memories of trauma transferred to RoboCop from Alex Murphy, right? Yo, and there's a very, very powerful area that is embedded in all of us, and it's beyond, uh, just a thought or just a feeling, right? It's the emotional need and connection to family, right? I'm not even sure if OCP considered how powerful that need is psychologically and emotionally. I think that need alone was powerful enough to trigger a lot of the psychological responses that RoboCop was experiencing as RoboCop, right? As you can see, a lot of the memories that were being projected into his mind and his psyche had to deal with his wife and his son. It looks like I remember a scene where RoboCop was saving someone and a kid was there, and a kid had, I guess, reenacted a scene or did something that allowed RoboCop to remember a scene that his son watched where the gunslinger, flipped his gun just how RoboCop does. And when he saw that, it was in your decision making. It's going to be a driving force behind what you do, and it's going to, you know. And this is why I say RoboCop is deeper than just an action film. You dig? Because when you really truly, they truly will understand. 90s and even included, they'll understand this. And I hope y'all take a moment to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, that notification bell.